Well, in Nigeria, the parliament has issued an urgent appeal to the Nigerian president to rescue a Christian pastor ahead of his possible execution. Islamic terrorists are threatening to kill Pastor Bulus Yakura on Thursday if their ransom demands are not met. They kidnapped him in December, and they've released a video of Yakura announcing his execution on March the 4th. Well, meanwhile, 279 Nigerian girls are back with their families after being kidnapped by dozens of armed men. The girls were abducted from a boarding school 4 days ago. It was the third mass abduction in Nigeria's northwest in recent months. Well, CBN senior international correspondent George Thomas joins us now to discuss the plight of the pastor and our other top international stories. George, a lot going on here. The Muslim kidnappers are threatening to kill this pastor on Thursday. Do we think this will happen? What's the latest here?
Yeah, I mean, it's uncertain. I mean, everybody's holding their breath all across Nigeria. People are praying in the next 48 hours. The Islamic terrorists, they don't want to, ultimately what they want is that they want the government to pony up some money, hoping the Christian community will band together. There's no indication that that is happening right now, and all efforts are in the next 48 hours to try and get this released, get this pastor released. Nigeria's parliament, as you mentioned, made an urgent plea to the government, and obviously this pastor has taken sort of the prominence in the last few weeks, drawing attention to his plight.
So gripping. And we know that for more than a decade, Boko Haram and other Islamic groups have they've launched terror across the country. Yeah. And we know that this kidnap for ransom scheme seems to be a new trend. What's the advantage for them?
Yeah, I mean, let's not be fooled here. They continue to kill people, continue to launch terror attacks. But clearly they've discovered in the last 12, 14 months that this tactic, as you saw, 279 girls kidnapped. The tactic is, let's grab these girls, let's grab these Christians, and hopefully the government responds, the Christian community responds. So far, it is working. It apparently is working, and it's a cash cow for them. And obviously, there's a lot of criticism against the Nigerian government that they're allowing this to happen. But in these parts, like, for example, in the northeast part of Nigeria, they don't have police officers. They don't have a presence of the military. So these boarding schools, primarily with girls and boys, are easy targets, and right now they're reaping a lot of money from this particular scheme.
All right, and I just want to circle back on one thing. We were talking about the parliament appealing to the president. Yeah. Does the president really hold sway with these Islamic terrorist groups?
Well, the problem is that Muhammad Buhari is from the largest Muslim ethnic group. He's part of the Fulani ethnic group, and the criticism that human rights groups as well as Christians have made against President Buhari is that he basically is tone deaf to the plight of Christians, plight of these girls, that he really is not doing anything because he is a Muslim, and that's the concern. That's been the criticism by various